Hey guys, good morning. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. We are working on solving inequalities now. Okay, so the past few days we've learned a little bit about how inequalities act, and so hopefully on Tuesday the conclusion that you came to is that when you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality, you have to flip the sign. Okay, so it changes what side it's pointing to because both sides just became like the negative version of themselves, and so a different one is greater. And then hopefully yesterday, the conclusion that you draw or that you drew was that when you add or subtract things, it doesn't change anything. Okay, so it doesn't change this. It doesn't change the sign. At least it changes the numbers, but it doesn't change the sign. Right, the same side is still going to be the side that's worth more. Okay, so hopefully what you get from today is that these act very similarly to equations. Right? These ones that we're looking at today look very, very similar to equations, and they act very similarly too. Right? So we still have variables, right? Letters that represent numbers. Those variables still have values. Right? We're still trying to figure out what values will, or for the variable, will make the statement true. The only difference between this and an equation is that normally in an equation, there's one right answer. With inequalities, there is a lot of right answers. Okay? So we're going to work on solving these. So it's a much simpler statement. Okay? Because it'd take you a while if you just try to substitute numbers in for W and see what's greater than 13, right? So we can use our if-then moves that we learned while doing equations to make this something simpler and a lot easier to graph. Okay, so we're going to start out with our inequality for problem 1. It says W plus 5 is greater than 13, right? Remember, the mouse hungry, it's trying to eat the bigger thing. Okay, so we're going to solve this exactly the same way that we would an equation. All right, so I'm going to look at a variable, right, W, and then I'm going to look and see what's happening to the variable. It's being added by 5. Okay, and then I'm still going to do the opposite of whatever's happening to it to get rid of it, right? Because I'm still trying to isolate the variable. I'm trying to put it by itself. Okay, so the opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Okay, so adding 5 and subtracting 5 cross each other out, so they don't mean anything anymore, right? The W comes down here, our variable does, and then we got to do the math over on the right side. 13 minus 5 is 8. And then, since, again, based on what we did yesterday, when you're adding and subtracting things to both sides of an inequality, it doesn't change which direction the sign is facing. Okay, so this doesn't change anything about the sign. It still says greater than 8. All right, so our final answer here is W is greater than 8, and then we're going to have to graph it. Okay, so we're going to start by putting a dot on the 8, and we're going to leave it empty. It's just trying to circle. Okay, if this had the line underneath it to say or equal to 8, then we would color it in, but it doesn't, so we're just going to leave it as a circle. And then W is greater than 8, so we're going to highlight the side here that is bigger than 8. Okay, so W could be anything on that side of the 8. That's what that's saying. Okay, so I'm running out of time on this video, so we're going to have a part 2 today. So hope you guys watch it, and hopefully that helps. All right, see you guys later.